Austin Markham. I hope listeners take away a little courage every time they listen to these songs. By Cynthia Gross, published September 4, 2021. With his recent single, Look at Me Now, Nashville-based pop and R&B artist Austin Markham delivers an intensely personal, widely applicable self-empowerment anthem that leaves audiences ready to face whatever challenges that come their way. It was scary writing from a place of true vulnerability, notes Markham. All of these songs were birthed out of conversation. We started each write with an intentional conversation, and that conversation guided our writing. Look at Me Now explores themes of loss, doubt, pain, faith, and ultimately growth. The heartfelt track is the lead single from Markham's debut EP, Me. Markham has found just the right balance in storytelling to share his experiences from people who told me they loved me but didn't care enough to see that I just needed family before I knew what to believe, to people who tried to label me and tell me who I couldn't be. This EP is the start of my story, something so personal and true to who I am and what I stand for, explains Markham. This is the first time I have shared my feelings about growing up without a father, the first time I have boldly said, look at me now, and the first for so many things. The maturity in Markham's writing when reflecting on such difficult subject matter suggests that he continues to find peace with his past and has reclaimed his self-worth outside of the scrutiny of others. Look at me, look at me, look at me now, what you could have had and what you missed out on, he sings confidently to all the naysayers in the song's powerful chorus. Fans of Justin Bieber and early James Bay will feel at home with Austin Markham's authentic sound, depth of perspective, and polished style. There is not one skip on Markham's EP, Me. Each song leaves listeners encouraged, uplifted, and stronger than ever. Markham explores his roots growing up in the church within a broken home and Look at Me Now, including the lack of support he received from a faith community supposedly committed to love and acceptance. Yeah, people in the church, they couldn't help with my identity. And if I'm being honest, they didn't know what to do with me, he sings. As you journey through the song, it becomes resoundingly clear that Markham is still a believer, not necessarily in the traditional sense, but more importantly, in himself. He is a believer in overcoming obstacles and emerging stronger at the other end. He is a believer in coming to terms with scars as part of the growth process that add color and texture to each individual story. Perhaps the most important takeaway from the song is that if Austin Markham can make it despite the odds, you can too. There's no doubt in his mind. Look at Me Now is such a strong debut from an incredible talent who is an undeniable rising star. I hope listeners take away a little courage every time they listen to these songs, says Markham. Courage to find themselves and then to be themselves.